Hey, Andrea here, and in this Fitness Tip Friday video, I want to talk about how often you should weigh. It's a question that comes across quite a bit, so I want to go over it. In this short video, what I'm going to do is walk you through 3 steps to help you decide how often you should weigh, and then give you my best scale tips based on my experience having gone through this and struggled with it. Believe me, it's a real thing. So I got some notes, I got my whiteboard, I got my expo marker. We're gonna dive in. All right, so let me get the lid off of it here. It's so funny. Like, I sit here and prepare to give these talks or whatever because I want to get my message out. I'm doing all this for free because I have this burning desire to help other horsewomen lose weight and get in the best shape to ride, to help you create that desire within you to go get it done. So I feel compelled to just ask for your kindness and forgiveness as I figure out how to get the message that's in my head out of me and into the very scary World Wide Web of this stuff. So, I watch a lot of things. I watch some really awesome, professionally done, blah, blah, blah go on. And I feel like the best way for me is to have a whiteboard and my notes. So maybe someday down the road, I'm going to stop apologizing and get on with the meat of this thing. So how often should you weigh? Well, the first thing you want to ask yourself is, why are you weighing in the first place? See how confident I get when I jump into my material? That's all I need. So why are you weighing in the first place? Are you trying to lose weight? Do you want to maintain? Are you trying to gain weight? So that's the first thing you need to ask yourself and understand that there's a difference between the 3, right? Then the next thing is you must understand that the scale is only one indication of weight loss, of muscle building, of fat loss, of any of those components. Understand that the scale is only one indication. What are some other indications of, let's just say, weight loss? It's going to be how your clothes are fitting. Same goes for maintenance. You can know how you look in the mirror, how you look in photographs, how you feel. So we need to not rely on the scale for our only method of knowing if we're on the right track. And if you are trying to lose weight, the scale, when you step on it and it gives you a number, that it only tells you how much you weigh. It does not tell you how much body fat you have, unless you have some kind of fancy one. But for the most part, it doesn't tell you how much body fat, how much bone, how much muscle, all of those things. And if you are trying to lose weight, odds are you want to lose fat. So just that diving deeper and understanding what's going on is going to help you. And then the third thing is, I really want you to think about, how does the scale make you feel? This is probably the most important one right there in determining how often you should weigh. The scale is just a tracker. So theoretically, you could weigh yourself every single day. But if stepping on the scale every single day makes you feel crappy every single day, you don't want to weigh every day. If you weigh only when you feel good and you know you can handle it, emotionally you're strong and you want to know what you weigh, that would be the best time to get on it. Yes? All right, so those are the 3 things for you to understand how often you should weigh. There really is no one perfect answer. It is something where you need to take some information, go through the concepts, understand, figure out why you're weighing in the first place, understand that the scale is only one measurement of your overall picture of health, and really take a second and notice how it makes you feel. Because we want this to be a positive process and not something that you beat yourself up over. Okay, now really quickly, let's move over to our scale tips. The first one is, after you've decided how often you should weigh, make sure that you're weighing at the same time. At the same time each day. And I recommend you do it first thing in the morning. So right after you go pee, before you have a drink of water or coffee or anything like that, get out of bed, go pee, and then step on your scale. So there's a lot of consistency in that. And that's what's the most important thing in tracking your weight is if you weigh first thing in the morning and then you weigh again at night, you're going to weigh something completely different just because everything in our body fluctuates throughout the course of a day. And that's why you have to be careful with how the scale makes you feel. If you step on the scale in the morning and you're like, woohoo, and then I did so great eating all day, and you step on the scale at night going, I should have lost a pound today, but it says you weigh more, that messes with your brain. And that's why you need to educate yourself as to what's going on. You also want to wear the same clothes. And I know these things are common sense, but I don't think we think about it, especially I can remember when I was pregnant with my kids. That was when I was getting weighed by the doctor a lot, so I'd follow my thing. I'd get up, weigh myself in the morning after I went pee, and then I'd go to the doctor's office where I had on 5 layers of clothes and maybe not even take my shoes off. And obviously your clothes weigh something, so you have to take that into consideration, because the main theme that you're going for here is consistency, so that you can get a track record of making that make sense to you. So what are some options for you? You can weigh every single day. You can weigh weekly. You can weigh bi-weekly, occasionally, or never. So how often should you weigh? You get to decide. There have been seasons in my life where I have weighed every single day. I've tracked it like a scientist, and I found it fascinating because that's where my focus was. There have been times where I haven't stepped on the scale for 2 or 3 months because I don't give a shit. So it really has to depend on what's going on with you and what your goals are and what fits best for how you're using the scale as a tracking method. All right. My 4th tip is you're going to use those numbers to track over time. So like today, I actually stepped on my scale this morning. I hadn't been on the scale for probably a couple months because, like I said, I didn't give a crap about what I weighed. I was curious. It was a morbid curiosity. That goes along with my maintenance plan for myself is every once in a while I'll kind of take a check. How are my clothes fitting? How do I feel? How do I look? What does the scale say? Take a measurement of that package and then ask myself if that's where I want to be. So that has to go along with my personal maintenance plan. And so I just kind of keep track of that over time if I'm in that range of 5-6 pounds, somewhere in there. It doesn't have to be an exact number that makes me feel like I'm on the right track. So when I was tracking every day, and so I'm weighing myself every day consistently for a month, I wasn't focused on, oh, I am good if I weigh a certain thing and I'm bad if I don't. I was going, okay, what do these numbers signify? Weighing at the same time every day, daily, wearing the same clothes, over the course of 30 days, I'm going to see a clear picture. What else is going on in my life? Am I starting a workout program? That's going to make, tearing up my muscles, making me sore. It's going to make me retain water. It's going to make me weigh more on the scale. That's what that first week of exercise is all about. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to see that happen. And then as I recognize that my body's healing, I'm starting to feel great. At the same time, that scale's going down. And then the 3rd week a little more and the 4th week a little more because I'm sticking to a plan and I'm using the scale to indicate my progress. And it's a fascinating package. It's just one component of it, which is very interesting if you get into that scientific, okay, what happens if I ... how does that affect the scale? So it's very important to look at it as a measurement where you're conducting an experiment. I think what happens is too much of the time, and as I get into my soapbox to finish up this video, that's what I'm going to go over, is how you don't let it determine, sorry, I'm writing sloppy, your value. All right. Too many people do this. They don't think through this whole process because it takes time and effort. And just because you're sitting here watching this video, you're not like that. But most people don't go through this much thought and work into what they're doing. They occasionally get on the scale. Or maybe something triggers them. Maybe they're like, man, I couldn't get my pants zipped up today. Or they saw a picture of themselves on social media and they're like, man, it looks like I have a more bulge in my belly. What's going on? And they step on the scale. Or maybe just a thought comes in and they think, I think I'm going to weigh myself today. They see a random number and then their whole day goes according to how that number makes them feel. So that is what I want to help people get away from, is taking some information, because knowledge is power. It's going to help you determine it. Once you hear information like this, you either are reminded of something you already know and you can't go back, or you're learning something for the first time and you're going to go find other resources that are going to validate this for you. So you realize that when you step on that scale, that doesn't determine who you are or how you're worthy or unworthy, or whether you're good or bad, or whether you failed or didn't fail. No, it's just a number on a scale. That's all it's doing. That is all it's doing, is giving you input as to what your body weighs. So if you are like me, because let me tell you a little bit of a personal insight. I guess the reason why why I'm compelled to rant about the value of it is because that's very close to my heart. It is very, like, I'm a recovering, take my own advice type of person, where it's very easy for me to step on that scale and go, shit, it shouldn't say that. That means I'm bad. That means I'm not taking my own advice. That means I'm not following what I teach. That means all these terrible things. And that's just the fear talking. That is an old record in my head that's playing that means nothing. The truth, this is where I'm going to end today, I promise. The truth is, our value comes from our Creator. God created us. He breathed life into our souls, into our bodies, because He loves us. He wants us to be here right now in these physical bodies, living the life that we're living, to grow spiritually, to live our best life, following our heart, following our passion, living joy and spreading love. He doesn't want us to get stuck in these made up, fears that we've been telling ourselves for years. I'm going on 42 years being on this earth. I've had a lot of time to make up those stories and get really good at rehearsing them. The fear-based stories of not being good enough and not having the value. I've had a lot of time to practice that. But where the power comes in is slowing down and going, hold up. Is that even true? Does my value be based on what a scale says? And then when you slow it down, you're like, that really, I get that it's a habit that I'm practicing it, but it's not true. The truth is, I'm here to feel joy with you. I'm here to hang out with you, to laugh, to ride our horses together, to hug you when I see you in person. I'm here to be with you in joy and love, and we don't give a shit what the scale says. Only as a way to track something that we're interested in. And that's it. Because let me tell you something else. If you are overweight, or if the scale says a higher number than what you want it to say, there is nothing wrong with wanting that number to change at all. Like, let that be part of the game. Let weight loss be something that you look forward to doing. Enjoy that whole entire process as you're doing it now. Today you're going to lose weight a little bit. Today you're going to detox your body. You're going to get rid of stuff. You're going to help that scale go down, but not so it determines your value, but because you honor your body, because you love yourself that much, because you're so thankful that God did make you be born. I feel like I'm talking to a 4-year-old right now. That's kind of how I got to talk to myself. God did make you be born. So why wouldn't you honor your body and be a vessel for spreading love and joy? Okay. I want to keep these short, so even though I could talk about this for minutes and minutes on end, I'm going to cut this off right now, you guys. I'm going to get it all posted to different places. So listen, here's my call to action. This is what I want you to do. If this resonates with you at all as you're watching this, please, these are all free, this free information that I'm giving out to help create a burning and desire into you to get your butt in gear and get going. Please like, comment, share this with a friend. That will help me spread this message, because that's how social media works. They need you to prove that you're interested in this stuff, and that's how we get the word out. So please do that for me. I appreciate it. Let me know if there's any questions or anything like that. I'm always here to help. So have a great day. Happy Friday. Thanks. Bye-bye.